Mike Tirico and Greg Olson in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. And off we go from East Rutherford. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback. Plays college ball at Virginia Tech. It's Tyrod Taylor.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today. And when he plays well, this is proving to be a really hard team to beat.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 7. Taylor, the tight end, is in motion. They'll look to throw. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover.
That's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball. They knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does is it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points. Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
They'll stay on the ground with HN. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. He'll try it, and he will get into the end zone. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Riley Patterson now to add the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Jets, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Benet Wanwu now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They're trying to hold on to the football this time. Had the fumble on the opening possession, which led to a touchdown. So they trail early as they get it back 1st and 10. He'll step up and run this.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Hall. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. That's Bradley Chubb. They're on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That is Zach Sealer getting in there to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. Malik Washington deep for Miami. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 4. In motion is Hill. Tua, give it to Achane. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Tua now on 3rd down. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Here's Tua now on 2nd down. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
It's a gain of 11.
His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
11 on the play. 1st down, Dolphins.
Well run with Achane. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That's a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. In trouble, and down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side, It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
So on fourth down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. This group slow to get things in gear in this one. Lost fumble on the opening drive, followed by a punt last time they had it. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And it'll bring this to about the 25. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. They'll go again with Hall. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Taylor. He'll try to run for it. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
So the two components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Austin McNamara now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Achane. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
He's brought down at the 31. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tua. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Here's Jake Bailey now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
2nd and 10. on the option. Here's Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
The motion man is Johnson. Throwing, Taylor. Going up top. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down.
I think this drive, and particularly that last third down incompletion, Mike, has really summed up the story of this game offensively. No matter how many times they try to generate some plays through the air, there's just nowhere to go with the ball. In this case, the coverage is tight. They go 3 and out again. They've got to have earlier success and not just wait for third down to bail themselves out.
The Dolphins offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Aiken. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. Man in motion here is Washington. Here's a give to Achane. He'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Azarie Thomas there for the stop.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down, 3 to go. A shotgun snap to Tua. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Dolphins first down.
And the Dolphins first down. A gain of 18 on the play.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. So after 1, it's the Dolphins with the early lead. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2 as we are ready to get back underway. On the handoff, this is Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a third and very reasonable.
Now, Mike McDaniel unhappy with the last call, and out comes the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down.
On the tackle.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw is Taylor. Looking deep for Lazard. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback, working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
In motion is Hill. From the gun on 3rd down, Tagovailoa. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And there's a great example of the pressure altering the quarterback's plan. They need to continue to get him off his spot, continue to make him speed through those progressions. I think if they can continue to do that, they're going to find good success.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Jets offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Back to throw is Taylor. That's complete. It's Tyler Johnson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Dolphins' 49-yard line.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a couple. On the give, it's Hall. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
A gain of 6. And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
It just seems like every time this guy
42-yard
touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor.
And he's not able to get away. He does manage to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that'll set up second down.
Brings up second.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
Taylor looking to throw. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. The rookie out of Michigan, Kenneth Grant. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now, Taylor. Looking down the field, but that falls incomplete.
Needless to say, there aren't many plays on the call sheet for that down and distance, so instead of doing something crazy and forcing a ball into coverage, he realizes that primary read wasn't there, throw this ball away, and puts an end to this drive.
Here's Austin McNamara now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense ready to get back to work. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Here's a handoff to Achane, running left. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Quarterbacks are drafted for their coverage ability. We see it year in and year out. Teams want to fortify their pass defense. But when they can come up and run support, it's just an added bonus for a defense. And this young rookie, he was one of the best picks available last year's draft, and we can see why.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Play action. Tagovailoa. He's got a man, Westbrook-Akine. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. A big-time play for the Dolphins. Pickup of 46 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Tony Adams there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now it's Tua. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike.
Now, Mike McDaniel unhappy with the last call, and out comes the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So the challenge unsuccessful, and they are out of challenges now for the remainder of the game. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. To the outside, he's got Waddle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
And he's in. What a drive. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Dolphins move out on top, 14-0.
14. Jets, nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it's Isaiah Davis. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jets offense ready to take over possession of the football. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's home. And find some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7.
8 yards on the pickup.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones, and you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official. So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
Oh! And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Now after the play, they'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
For a Dolphins first down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A run up the middle with Achane. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he'll get forward to about the 42. Brandon Stevens there to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with a 10, and he'll work his way down inside the 40. Zay Oliver makes the play.
At the 39-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Tua. Moving outside the pocket, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Here's their punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get back at it. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. He takes off. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That's caught over the middle by Johnson. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
At the 23-yard line.
Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And it'll be marked out up at the 34-yard line.
A gain of 12
That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
That is knocked away. Incomplete. Good coverage there defensively all over him. And it'll be 2nd down.
And 10.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball to tie his point, but come down with the pick.
Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete.
incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. Mason Taylor, the tight end, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
On the return, here's Washington. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. A quick slant into the hands of Waddle.
Number 17, Jalen Waddle. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. In motion is Hill. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch. Stays in bounds. And he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab. A gain there of 13 yards.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver. I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They face 2nd down and 7. Man in motion here is Washington. That's caught downfield by Waddle. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. This is taken in at the goal line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Dolphins offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Now a give to Achan, heading right. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
36 yards.
A big one there to start the second half. 36 yards.
10 at the 36-yard
Well,
line.
that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Brought him down. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jets' 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. In motion is Hill. Now to it, he's going to flip it forward. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Third and a yard. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And they get it at the 18-yard line. The drive stays alive. First down picked up. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll stay on the ground. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
That's another
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
In motion is Hill. Achan. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
It's a loss of 1.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
In motion is Hill. Now to it, he's going to flip it forward. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get 4th and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll try it now with Achan. And he's not going to get there. They stopped him at the goal line. It's a turnover on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The Jets offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll need to get something positive going right away here. Ball starts inside their own 1-yard line. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. So first the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
Tua, give it to Achane. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. From the interior, Harrison Phillips there for the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Second down, they need 7. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Forced to his right.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Third down, they need 5. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 17 yards that time to number 17.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. They'll toss it here to Achane. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
Look, if you don't seal the edges, this is exactly what's going to happen on a toss to the outside. He's going to find a way to get free, and you better hope your runner can elude him, or else it's a loss.
3rd and long. Here's Tua. He's got his man. It's Hill. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
1st and goal, Miami.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there as he...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Miami. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Dolphins will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Davis now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A quick slant into the hands of Johnson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and
Really
6.
nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Gain of 6.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Yeah, and this play, Mike, is really just the epitome of what we've seen this entire game. They have not been able to get anything going offensively. It almost seems like they've been operating going in reverse the entire day. In this case, another run, another loss.
Throwing, Taylor. That's to the right side and incomplete.
And that sideline just cannot believe their guy did not come down with that play. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. I frankly don't blame him. I mean, that's a play at this level you just have to make. Your teammates are dependent on it.
3rd and long. Taylor. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 30.
That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The RPO. That one is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a first down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
A give. Here's Hall. The struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Here's Taylor. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Kenneth Grant getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Taylor. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
Nick Folk now on with the field goal unit. This one from 52 yards away. Folk's kick is good. And the Jets cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
On the return, Malik Washington. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Now Tua taps it forward. He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. A shotgun snap for Tua. Open man, Malik Washington. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 17 yards.
17 yards on that connection. First down, Miami.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
And they'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Dolphins first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
That is caught at the 3. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Right. Will take this in for a Dolphins touchdown. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He's got it. And the Dolphins stretch things out even further.
Jets 3. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jets offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's all.
And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
Taylor looking to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. And it was really the lack of production on first and second down that put them in this hole to begin with, Mike. So I think going forward, more execution on early downs, more efficiency. Don't wait till third down to convert for a new set of downs. Be aggressive on those first and seconds and take...
Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Tua gonna give this to Wright. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Run again with Wright. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
A gain of 4, and it's third down.
Here's Tungo Vailoa.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Davis. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Back to throw is Taylor. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Zach Sealer getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to third and very long.
Been a largely forgettable performance from this offense up until this point, Mike. I mean, these sacks, they just continue to stop so many of their drives throughout the entire game. And then you look up at the scoreboard, and it pretty much reflects that here in the fourth quarter.
Now, Taylor. 4th down.
And here it's 3rd and a mile, and the defense was ready. The field is blanketed. Really, the only decision that was left to be made was to just throw the ball away and bring up 4th down.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
A loss of 2.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
This throw right side is caught by him. He's going to have the 1st down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
They run on the jet sweep. Oh, the ball's out. And fortunately for him, he's able to get back on it, but it will go down as a loss on the play. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
On 2nd down, here's Wright. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Tua. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
It's 4th down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Jets offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Jordan Brooks in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they've just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. Tua and his old Bama teammate Waddle for the Dolphin 1st down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until that final whistle blows.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7. In motion is Hill. Back on the ground and back to right. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
At the 20-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Head up. This is right. And he's in. Jalen Wright. Touchdown, Dolphins. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Patterson then to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins add on to their already sizable lead.
Jets 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jets offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That one complete to Johnson. Who's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. and bring up
It's a gain of
third down.
4. Brings up 3rd and 6.